Hello guys, it's Sean with Firearms and Fitness again, and welcome back. Guess first gun video in a while, but I'd like to finally get this review done, or at least somewhat done. We're gonna be talking about the Palmetto State Armory base ass rifle. This is just their simple run-of-the-mill rifle. You can find these on sale, anywhere from $350 to $600, depending on what you get on there. This one's got a free float rail. It's got a mid-length gas system, medium profile, the jigger on there. Just a standard lower with a mil-spec trigger group and trigger and all that fun jazz. There's nothing special about this in particular. And I know that they get a really rough run of things. I truly do. And I kind of get it. I do. Because there's a couple things that do need to be perked up. But let's start with first things first. What was accuracy like when I first got this thing? Fucking far better than I thought it was going to be. Let me fucking tell you. Holy fucking shit. That was so wild to me. I thought this was going to be a 5 MOA, 4 MOA rifle with just, bullshit ammo. But no, with 5-shot groups and their AAC 77 grain stuff, I was getting anywhere from, 1 MOA with a really good group to 2 MOA with, kind of a terrible group. And I was doing all that with just a red dot and a magnifier. I never strapped a truly magnified optic onto here. You've seen the now Cosmic Tactical, not Hunt World anymore, but now Cosmic Tactical on here, but that's only a 4-power. Either way, though, this thing was far more accurate than I ever thought it would be. And we're looking at 4,000 rounds now. And it's kind of chugging along. Now, there was an issue with it a couple months back where, for whatever reason, I could not get this thing to fucking cycle correctly. It was in the magazines. Those are great magazines. I've used them in other guns, and they've worked just fine. I didn't think it was the bolts because I changed out the bolt head and was thinking, all right, maybe that'll fix it. That didn't fix it. I could not for the life of me figure out why the fuck this thing wasn't working. Anyway, so I contacted Palmetto and they said, oh, it sounds like your gas rings are out. And I was like, there's no fucking way it's the gas rings. I put a new bolt in there. No bolt. The new bolt has new gas rings on it. All right. And I stole it out of another rifle. I was like, there's no fucking way. And they're like, oh, all right, let's send it to you. Let's put these in and see what happens. So send them over. I put them on I took the old ones off, the original bolt, put them on this one. And it works fine. I don't know fucking what happened. I have no clue what was going on that day or anything like that. And it just started working. So cool. It's working again. But it does lead me to believe that the bolt carrier groups and bolts that they use in here, and this has not been the first time I've seen it. Even Trench Grenade had a short where he's showing that the gas rings are fucking blown out on it. I think, honestly, guys, if you just replace the bolt carrier group and bolts with like a BCM or Daniel Defense or Griffin Armament or any other high-quality BCG, you'll fix the issue almost completely, as long as your rifle is working out of the gate. Which brings me to the next point of their quality control. Quality control is questionable. I don't know what you're expecting for a $350 to $600 rifle. I really don't. Yes, quality control is definitely questionable. Go out and test fire your shit. Put at least 4 mags through it. All right, that'll give you an idea. It'll either run or it won't. If it runs, you probably have a decent one. All right, and you can kind of go along and kind of do your thing. Now, here's the thing. Now, people will say, don't give Palmetto your money. It's a cheap AR. You're just wasting money, and I don't think you are. I am definitely of the opinion that you can buy okay stuff for now and upgrade it later. All right, because this kind of goes on to like, why do high points exist? High points exist because not everybody has $600 just laying around, but they need a gun right now. All right, so instead of buying the Glock that they really want, high point, $100, $150, all right, they can swing that, and they'll just buy the high point, and they have a gun for now. All right, for now. It may only work for the magazine, but they have a gun for now, and that's the most important part. Is sometimes it's good to have a gun for now, and upgrade as you need it. Their barrels seem to be perfectly fine. I'm still getting anywhere from 1.5 to 3 MOA now out of it, depending on what ammunition I'm using. The rail is fine. It's a little heavy, but the rail is fine. It seems rigid enough. The lower is fine, it's forged. The upper is fine, it's forged. I would change out the charging handle because I think the charging handle is kind of shit. Put a dot on there. These buttstocks are fine. You can get an inexpensive sling to throw on here. I got mine hooked on with some paracord cord. You can get a reasonably powered light on here. This one's just a little Tacticon. Works just fine. And look, for all of maybe $700, you now have a fairly decent setup that can get you 80% of the way. And if you want to get there other 20% of the way, well, you're going to have to spend a little more money or save a little bit of money. So if I was looking to really suit this thing up, whatnot, this is how I would start it out. I'd get a pair of fixed iron sights, throw them on here, so you get your backup irons, which is not something I'm a huge proponent of, but for something like this, where there's only going to be a single optic on there, I think it's perfectly acceptable. I think the Romeo 5 is a wonderful optic. All right, for 150, 200 bucks. I think it stands hands and feet above most of the competitors, so grab one of these. This is a Black Ordnance sling. They're like 30 bucks. Put it on there. The Tacticon light is, I think, 60 bucks, 70 bucks. Throw that on there. Altogether, I think this thing in total has cost me $500, $550 when it's all said and done if you go and hit sales. All right, and then as far as magazines go buy good magazines. These are ETS magazines. They're not exactly great. However, they make wonderful practice magazines because they're cheap and plentiful. All right, so you can buy 20 of them for not that much, and then save your money. You can go get Durmags, P-Mags, so on and so forth. All right, just know these are training mags. They are not duty mags. And look, you're able to go take a class. You're able to start learning. And here's the thing. As you learn, you may figure out you fucking hate these rifles. Just not a good rifle. The AR-15s are just not for you for whatever reason, even though they work for everyone else in the fucking world. And they work great. All right, you may find that, oh, that's not your gig, but a Galil is. Well, you wouldn't know that unless you know what kind of tastes you have. And having a base knowledge on stuff is a great way to learn that kind of thing. You may also not know that, you know, these controls are not conducive to you. You know what you could really use? You can use a lower with a ambi selector and everything like that, and that would be wonderful for me, but you wouldn't know until you try these things. All right, or you would figure out that you don't fucking need it. You don't. You can work around it. All right. Is it harder? Yes. Is it much harder? No. All right. You would find out that this optic, you know, where it's great up close and whatnot, it's, you know, it really falls short after about 100 yards, 150 yards, as far as you can see, and getting the vision because the glass is not as clear as it could be, and different lighting conditions and whatnot. So then you know, it's like, oh, do I want to stick with a red dot? Okay, cool. Let me go to an aim point, even though I think aim points are way overblown, but they do have great glass quality. Or a Trijicon, or, oh, you know what, I really need something with magnification, just where I'm at and whatnot. Let me get the ACOG. All right, but do I really want that, you know, spend that money? And these little things kind of come a long way, because it lets you figure out what you can and can't like, and you can get the nicer version of it fucking later. All right, the biggest thing I'm trying to get at is this is giving you something you can train with right now. And I think Palmetto does an excellent version for that. Something you can train with right now. I think that's important to have. But not only that, this thing is helping me build out my concept rifle. A concept rifle I have for a handout rifle. You guys may have seen the video from before. Yeah, Combat Arts Training was very kind and fucking shared my video. That was awesome of him. But this is letting me getting a baseline of what I can do to build this is giving me a baseline of what I can do to build a rifle that's for me to hand off to somebody for as cheap as I can. I'm getting a better and better idea because guess what? I have a throwaway rifle right now that I can do this guesswork with. It's not going to be a duty rifle for me. Would I grab this if I needed to? Yeah, I can grab it. I feel somewhat confident with it. I will be more confident once I get the BCG I want in here. But overall, though, guys, these aren't bad rifles. They're not amazing. Don't sit there and pretend they're going to be just as good as a BCM or just as good as a Noveski or so on and so forth. They're not. They're nowhere near that. These are... they're budget rifles. But everybody, even on a budget, deserves to be able to defend themselves. Anyway, guys, this is Sean, Firearms and Fitness, and remember, there's no such thing as cheating. There's winning and winning easier. Have a good day.